Could you introduce yourself first?
So my name's Graham, and I'm a student at UEA.
So, why you choose to be a vegan people?
For the animals. I saw a documentary film called Earthlings, and it showed the animals being treated really badly, and I thought I don't want to be a part of that because I don't think we have the right to treat them the way that we treat them.
Do you think you try to involve a lot of people joining the vegan team?
I used to feel very passionate about trying to convince people that they should eat a plant-based diet, but now not so much because people don't like to hear about it. I think they feel judged, and they don't want to have people asking them about these questions because they're difficult questions. It's uncomfortable to think about these bad issues, the problems that we have with animals.
Do you think you try to you try to let your wife or your around you friend group to more turn to be vegan people group because it's kind of you don't like some people when they eat meat and they talk with you? It's kind of that.
Yeah, I used to, but now I don't as much. I try and just let people make their own decisions about life, about how they want to live their life, and I try not to infringe too much on their decisions.
What do you think the vegan life changed you the most?
Very little, nothing. I can't eat out as easily because there aren't as many options for vegans. Maybe you have to go to a special restaurant. We have to make sure that they have options at the restaurant that you go to. So maybe that's the problem. But other than that, there aren't any real problems. There aren't any real issues that it's not changed my life. I just eat slightly different foods. Maybe I eat more vegetables than I used to. That's it.
You sound not really strong confidence when you first time come here. Why you got changed so much? Because your friends?
No, I just think I still have the same opinions. I still believe the same things, but I don't think that it's my place to go around telling people what they should or shouldn't eat, maybe in a way that I did when I was younger. Now I try and just sort of let people make their own decisions, and if they look at me and they say that's someone who is a vegan and it doesn't cause them any problems and they're perfectly happy and healthy, then maybe they'll be convinced because they've seen that. I just, instead of telling people, maybe I show people now. Maybe that's the difference.
Do you think if you change your daily food, that will lead you to turn to be more, how about you feeling? I mean, the emotional, maybe you will feel more down because you didn't take a lot of protein or something like that?
No. I when I went vegan, I did feel more down, but that wasn't through anything nutritional. That wasn't because I was missing something in my diet. I think that was just because it made me really aware at all of the things that we do in life without really thinking about the consequences of it. For instance, maybe we might go and buy some cheap clothes and not realise that maybe someone has been forced to work in not very nice conditions to produce those clothes so we can have cheap clothes. I didn't think about those kinds of things before, but now I do think about those things, and they're not nice things to think about, to think that you just living your life you're having a negative impact on other people. Those aren't nice things to think about. So you can get a bit down when you think about those things.
Do you think if you think about vegan people and the vegetarian people, what's the most different without just eat different? Do you think their feeling or their opinion have some change? Do you think so? A more deeper, more strong idea to be a more strongly don't touch any animal stuff. Do you think it's a good thing or bad thing? Because some people, if they don't make meat stuff, a lot of company will close. And at the same time, maybe that will make some financial problem. Have you think about that?
No, I think I don't want any farmers to go out of business. I don't want any food companies to go out of business. And I don't want people to lose their jobs. I would just prefer that people because we need farmers to grow food for us. I would just prefer that they grew other foods rather than raising animals. I would prefer that they grew foods that were healthier and that could be eaten by people in local areas, so you didn't have the same environmental impact of shipping the food a long way. I'd prefer that farmers were more a part of the community that they live in, so that they could supply healthy foods to local people. That would be my preference. I don't want to see people lose their jobs or lose their businesses because of what food I've chosen to eat.
How do you think about the seem like right now have lots of the food vegetables, they change the not organic, they be genetic vegetables. Do you think that's well relevant with the health problems?
I don't know. I try to buy organic as best as I can, possibly not because of the genetic modification, but because of the chemicals that they use on crops. I don't like the idea that they're spraying the chemicals onto the crops to make them grow better. I don't like the idea of that. But if different people in society have to have different jobs and they have to have different expertise. If the scientific experts say that having genetically modified food is healthy and it doesn't cause you a problem, then I would, as long as there was sufficient evidence to demonstrate that, I would be perfectly happy to eat genetically modified food.
Have you considered about in the future you will continue be a vegan people? How about the future plan?
As I feel at the moment, I believe that I will be a vegan for the rest of my life, but it's difficult to say that far in advance, isn't it? But as I feel at the moment, my plan is to just carry on eating and living as I am.
Have you some conflict with some people they eat meat or something like that? Or do you have the difficulty when you join the vegan group? Is that you faced some problems?
No, I don't have any problems with all of my family. They eat meat and I don't have problems with them. Maybe, as we said earlier on, I wouldn't like to see them eating meat and I wouldn't like to think about them eating meat. But now I don't have a problem. I'm much more relaxed about it than I used to be. I still believe that the better way to eat is whole foods, plant-based. But I don't have any problems with people. I don't have any problems with other vegans. I don't have any problems with other meat eaters. No problems with vegetarians. No problems.
Mm-hmm. Why you think the developed country is kind of UK and the Western country have more vegan people than the Eastern country?
I don't know. I think that possibly what's happening in wealthier countries is people are starting to be a bit more careful about what they buy. So they like to buy fair trade bananas, for instance. So they want to make sure that the people that are growing the bananas get paid well and they can survive on and they can live a happy life on the money that they get paid for the bananas that they produce. And I think that people are starting to think a bit more about where the products that they use in their life are coming from. And so maybe that's what it is.
Okay, I guess that's all. Thank you.